Hey guys, Ralph Havens here from Beyond Limits Physical Therapy in Bellingham, Washington. And today's video is all about helping you heal from neck pain, headaches, jaw pain, jaw tension, clenching, that sort of thing. So first, just a bit of how the body works up here. So what you can do is let your lips come together and your teeth are relaxed, and just see if your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, in the middle, or on the bottom. And if it's on the bottom or on the middle, that's not the optimum position. We want the tongue to be on the top, because if the tongue's on the top, then you don't have to use all the muscles that you clench with. You don't have to use those muscles to keep your mouth closed. The other thing you can think about is, do you tend to leave your mouth open during the day or even in the evening, sleeping? Does your partner say that you snore, or you lose your ability to breathe? Sometimes you hold your breath when you're sleeping. Do you have your mouth open when you're sleeping, or just when you're living? So those are all signs that there's something not quite working well up in here. So I'm going to show you some things that we use to help heal this, help fix it up. Now the key with this, of course, is to find out what's the root cause of what's going on with you. If you've got pain or tension up in here, and it could be somewhere even far removed. Like literally, there could be a problem in your rib cage here that's tugging on your jaw. I saw one guy with he had his teeth were not fitting quite right, and he was kind of you could tell his face was pulled down, and the tension was way down in his pelvis. He actually needed to get off of gluten, because it was affecting the right side of his pelvis and pulling the whole side of his face down. So a lot of work up here wouldn't have really fixed that, because the problem was down below. So we want to find where the root cause is. With that being said, I'm going to show you some ways to help relieve the pain and improve the function up here. So like I said, we want the tongue to be on the roof. So what you can do to start with is just notice what your position of your head is. Is your head kind of tilted? If you kind of like tilt like this, it's hard to keep your tongue on the roof. If you have your mouth open, it's really hard to keep your tongue on the roof. You can say the letter M and say the letter N. M like Mary, N like Nancy, and see which one is easier. If Nancy is easier, Nancy, then that means your tongue is on the roof, and that's the good position. If M is easier, or they're kind of even, your tongue's not on the roof. It's either in the middle or on the bottom. So we want to start to fix that. Now, one way to do it is just to start to train it, and that can be putting your tongue on the roof, your lips are together, and then open and close your mouth with a very soft face like this. And you can make a habit of doing that every hour, just to retrain that tongue to be on the roof, give that tongue some strength, and teach the face to relax. When you do that, it relaxes a lot of stuff up here. And you can tell, because if you put your hands up in the upper neck and then clench, you can feel it clench back there in your neck. So the other thing, I'm going to show you one technique first that's a direct technique from Brian Mulligan from New Zealand. Many years ago, I learned this technique. And it's if you have a headache in the current moment, it can help, especially if it's from the tension in the back of the neck. And what you can do is think about the top part of the back part of your head, and the very first bone you feel is actually C2, the second bone. The first one you can see is very shallow, but the first bone you feel is a C2. And we're going to put the middle finger right on that first bump. And I'll show you how we do this. So you put the middle finger right on that first bump, and then put the other middle finger right on that bump, right on that same finger. And you're going to bring your elbows together, and you're going to bring your chin in. So you bring your elbows together and bring your chin in, and hold it for 20 seconds. And after you hold it for a period of time, 10, 20 seconds, you keep your place with your fingers, but you relax your head, and then you do it again. And then you relax, and you can do it again. And you can do this set of 3 little chin tucks with your fingers on that, your middle fingers on the second vertebrae, the first little bump you feel. You can do it a few times a day, and then recheck. If you have a headache, recheck and see if you still have a headache. A lot of times it goes away. If it comes back, you could do it again. Don't do it too many times. If it keeps coming back, there's another cause, but it's a really good way to get rid of a headache. Okay, now the next part we're going to do is more subtle, and it's actually more powerful long term. And so I'm going to show you a few things that you can use and keep using throughout the day to improve the mobility here and the function and how everything feels. So what you can do is we're going to go to the same spot. Well, it's close to the same spot. We're going to go to the back of the head and then come down, and the very first part of the soft part. So here's the head, the first part of the soft part before you get to the bump. The first part of the soft part, we're going to touch on both sides of the spine and then push it up a little bit. But we're going to do it really, really, really gently. Think like you're touching a butterfly and you don't want to hurt the butterfly. So first touch that top of your sternum very lightly, like a butterfly, and then push it up very lightly. And then take your thumb and middle finger and just put it on the back of your head, and then go down until you feel the soft part on either side of the spinous process, and touch very, very lightly. You're just touching the skin. And then direct both of those pressures upwards towards the top of your head. And strange as it sounds, this can help relieve a lot of tension. It'll even help your walking. Now, while you do this, you can do this just by itself throughout the day, many times a day, and it'll help you. It'll help your posture. It'll help your walking. It'll help your mobility. It can help relieve tension in the head and neck. And we can do our little tongue open and close. So tongue on the roof and open and close. And some of you might be feeling a very relaxing kind of effect, because this works on what's called the vagus nerve, which helps all of your organs, your heart, your lungs, your GI tract, your liver. It helps reduce stress. So try this simple technique. Try the little tongue to the roof open and close, and start to retrain yourself to have the tongue on the roof, and see what it does to your head and neck tension. Yeah. I've got more techniques, but I don't want to make this video too long. These techniques can help, though, in a big way. So let me know how it's going. Let me know if you need any help. Ralph at ralphhavens.com. And there'll be links above and below. And let's get you out there healthy and doing what you want to do in life. All right, Ralph Havens, Bellingham Physical Therapy, and I will talk to you very soon.